Good evening. The Deputy First Minister says blame for possible power cuts and widespread fuel poverty this winter is firmly in the hands of the Prime Minister and the UK Government. Speaking on the second day of the SNP conference in Aberdeen, John Swinney told delegates Scotland was already energy rich and did not need lectures from Liz Truss. Here's our political reporter Laura Alderman.
Today at SNP conference, it was all about energy, energy, energy. Members set out a clear commitment to expanding renewables, opposing Prime Minister Liz Truss's plans for new nuclear plants and oil and gas exploration. But the Deputy First Minister made it clear nuclear is not an option in Scotland.
It is the UK that has failed to achieve energy security with the National Grid warning of possible power cuts this winter. And let me make this clear. Scotland is not going to put up with a new round of nuclear power stations to make up for the failure of energy policy in the United Kingdom.
Here at conference, there's already lots of talk about whether the Supreme Court will allow the Scottish Parliament to have a referendum. Arguments for and against that will begin to be heard next week. But here, there's already a lot of speculation about how the SNP will handle it if it doesn't go their way.
If the Supreme Court rules in our favour, then it will be on the 19th of October next year. And if the Supreme Court fails the people of Scotland, then we will rise to that challenge too, and put our case at the next general election, whenever that is.
The First Minister says she's not going to prejudge the outcome of the court's ruling, but is confident of holding a referendum in a year's time.
We have the plans ready to go to legislate. The work on refreshing and updating the substantive case for independence is well underway. In fact, that will continue over the course of the next days.
Tomorrow, the First Minister will close conference with a rallying cry for that referendum, if it gets the go-ahead. Laura Alderman, STV News, Aberdeen.
Well, the conference will draw to a close tomorrow. Here's our political editor, Colin Mackay, with more.
We've just heard from the Deputy First Minister who told the SNP conference that he doesn't want to make cuts to public services. He wants to fund public services, but realistically, the way the economy is going, he is going to have to make cuts, and they're going to be difficult cuts. What we're going to hear from the First Minister tomorrow when she closes the conference is she's going to try and set independence on an international basis. That's what their first strategic paper has been about. The next one will be about the economy. She'll make some announcements from that as well. And I think what you'll also get is on the cost of living crisis, which is on everyone's mind just now, is an announcement to try and help some of the poorest families come Christmas. But the big thing on everybody's mind here at the SNP conference in Aberdeen is what will come out of the Supreme Court next week, because that will determine how they go forward campaigning for independence.